Hi everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you had a great 4th of July. Independence Day for me was perfect. And a little hostess gift that I made a big bang out of it. No pun intended there. But I just grabbed some holiday 4th of July paper plates and napkins and wrapped them in a little bow and brought it to the hostess, and excuse me, it was perfect. So there's a little idea for you, and I wanted to really kind of get right into it. My last video was very emotional. It was emotional for me too. In the editing after I posted it, I thought, boy, I had this in there to lighten it up, I had this in there, I could have been more direct, I could have shortened it, I could have cut out all that stuff, could have added this. And then I thought, well, I have DID. Why don't I just let myself go and re-edit it in a different point of view, like using I call them alter egos, and like allowing an alter ego to. But you have to be careful with that when you're out in the public. You have to kind of check yourself and say, wait, what is being artistic here? What is being healing? And what is just being like, whoa, too much? So let me just get right into it. I wanted to talk DID. I do have it. Yes, I was diagnosed with DID about a decade ago, and C-PTSD, so complex post-traumatic stress disorder from sexual child abuse. And along with sexual child abuse usually goes with the physical abuse and the emotional neglect. So those of you who have this shared experience, I don't know. See, I start to get when you start to talk about it, I don't really want to talk about it. I want to talk about ruminating, because when you start to talk about it, it's like me asking you to tell me how you think. Like, how do you know that you're conscious? How do you know that you're thinking and that you're aware and that you're in reality? So like, if you can explain it to me, then I'll answer anything you want, though. I'll answer any question you want. That's a little bit easier than going off on this roll that I'm gonna need to edit out and then regret that I didn't add this or post that. So DID, yes, I have it. And C-PTSD, yes, I have that too. They don't go away. So this language of recovery and healing, and it just kind of is misleading to me, because that's when 10 years ago, when I found out that this was what my thinking problem was, I really did think that recovery and healing had an end point, and I was going to get back to my profession, and I was going to get back to my life, and that's not how it worked. So that's okay. Ask me anything. I will share anything you want. But I have little notes so that I don't go off of them. So, if I could control my mental experiences, I would be making a lot of money. And I wouldn't be making a lot of likes on YouTube. I'd be making tons of likes on YouTube, because everybody wants to know how to control their mental experiences. So I just can't. What I can do is kind of deal with my experiences like anybody else does, diagnosed or not. If you stop and you think about, I am reading right now, but if you stop and you think about what a mental illness is compared to like a heart or a kidney illness, you'll kind of start, at least I hope you will, start to see some of the biases and some of the contradictions that you have in your own views. I know I did. And I'm the one who experienced it, but I really had to get control of the idea that, like, so I like to compare my brain illness to like a stomach illness, okay? They're very complex systems, and there's a lot that is involved, and you need to stay healthy, right? You need to keep your mental health and your digestive health in balance by eating well and sleeping well, and don't inhale paint, and wear a helmet, don't drink bleach, things like that. Take care of yourself. As far as being in control of maybe a kidney disorder or a bladder disorder or a brain disorder, do you see where I'm going with that? Like, that's a little unfair to accuse somebody of a brain disorder or illness of creating or causing their own illness, but somebody with like Crohn's, no. Certainly they're not faking it for attention or anything like that. And let me go back to my notes. I feel like I've gone off. But yeah, we don't accuse folks diagnosed with like Crohn's or things like that of creating illnesses. And but I see, okay, so I compare it to stomach issues, like gas. On a scale from 1 to 10, on a scale of gas can be funny, or gas can be really excruciating, right? Your stomach, you're bent over, it's like, oh, I just need to fart. Well, same with the brain, like a brain fart, sometimes a brain fart can be funny when you're like, brain fart. Sometimes a brain fart can be very serious, and it can lead you into some very, I'm going to call it unconscious awarenesses. I don't even know. I don't even care. I'm really not trying to explain DID. I take a more Taoist approach where if I could explain it, then I don't understand it. And that is that. But I do ruminate. So part of the disorder, PTSD, is that you ruminate, you think about it. It's in your head, you can't shake it. And for me, again, I have to say that think of it like it's that pink elephant. Is it from Alan Watts? Who did the pink elephant? Where just don't think about it. Don't think about the pink elephant in the room, but it's right there. How can you not think about it? It's like that song that gets stuck in your head, and and you can't get it out, and you're at work, and then all of a sudden, why am I thinking about this song? So triggers and flashbacks, and we all experience that. So stop thinking about that song, or if somebody says, don't think about the birthday, you immediately are going to think about the birthday, and stop thinking about it, stop thinking about it. So can you, and will you, and do you, and yes, you can, and you will, and by art therapy. So let's move on. I have, so ruminating. It's okay to ruminate. We all do it. For me, one of the things but I need to shake it out. So how do you get that song out of your head? Like sometimes you have to listen to the whole song. You have to listen to it a couple times, and then it's gone. And that, I think, is with like psychotherapy, face it. I think I mentioned in one of my responses, it's like a Medusa type of thing. Like you face, you look at it in all different, like, okay, there's something called EMDR where you kind of rethink your trauma, and you add, and you kind of create your own story there so that you can deal with it. And that's a very loose description. However, I'm starting to do that would be a DID thing, but it could be a nervous thing. Like, not everything is a mental illness, is it? I don't know. When you have a serious mental illness, it's hard to not have even those around you that care about you make all things about your mental illness. So let's not talk about any of that either. I keep ruminating about this guy. He's in my thing, and I know this is backwards. It says, "Nuh-uh, you were drunk," and he's the one that in the video, I believe that this is Angsted. He's a supervisor, or it might be Roar. I don't know. I don't know why it matters. It's like if your husband has an affair and you just want to know her name. Who is it? What does she look like? So he, in the video that I posted, you'll see that he leaves the tourniquet on me walks down the hall, shows up to my husband, who says that, yeah, she's drinking and driving, like, that doesn't sound like me, and it isn't, and it wasn't. Yeah, she's got DID. And then immediately they send me off to the hospital. This is the guy. I believe that this was the one that was facing my husband. And boy, I really, so here is ruminating. I keep seeing his face. I keep seeing his face, and the that's all I want to say about it, is that I keep seeing his face, and to leave the tourniquet on, how careless, that's a sign of his compassion, of his awareness of what was going on in the moment. He leaves a tourniquet. You know not to do that. You're walking away. Take the damn thing off. At least that. I mean, leave me tied up and screaming for help, but, at least take the tourniquet off. So, he's what a double dog coward, piece of slime bag. And does he have a wife? Ugh, his poor wife, and his children must just, like, God, do they even talk to him? But the hate that goes on, and why do I hate him so much? Well, he deserves to be hated by me, but and I don't want to go into that, oh, your hate is just poisoning yourself. Yeah, okay, I get it. But how am I going to release that hate? How am I going to stop ruminating? How am I going to stop seeing this, just this, like, rotting bag of pus in my view? I want him to be in somebody else's view. I don't want to see him in my view anymore. I have his chiseled nose, and I almost hate saying chiseled. Look at him. So, now it might be the shadows, but he's got this, like, see that? Okay, so his eyes are, like, really hidden, which, of course they are. Of course they are. Sorry to people who have really hidden eyes. And he has this really chiseled nose. So if I were to color him, I probably am going to color him yellow and green, like a pussy infection. And being able to do this, and then, you know how they say get angry? Like, this is the third time. The first time I melted him, so there's a base, I'll show you. And you can do this. And I won't say it on YouTube, but you can say anything like, wow, I hope that this is what you have to witness in your life. I hope that you have to witness this. And I hope that you care about the person that you witness this happening to. Like, that's so hateful, and that's so mean, and that's so dark, and that's so awful, and oh my God, Beverly, you, like, wow, how wicked you are. No, it's not. That's what I get to do, you sick sadist.